Hey y'all, good morning, and welcome back to Stop, Drop, and Roll. Today's something that we're not gonna be doing. It's gonna be kind of different, I guess. We're just gonna be doing like a just chatting and a hangout with me. There's some reasons for that. We'll get into those in a little bit once we have a couple more people in the Twitch chat. But for right now, what's up, guys? Glad to be here and glad to be able to talk with you guys as like a normal human. Yeah, so a couple things that we're going to be doing today is I'll be just chatting with you guys. If you guys have any questions, want to hang out, want to like exchange stories, any of that good stuff. And then on top of that, as we get into it in about maybe like 10 minutes or so, I'll start doing an NPC build with chat. So what we'll be doing is that I'll be inventing an NPC with you all. I'll be giving you guys a bunch of different options to choose from. I'm putting down polls in the chat, and then whatever you guys vote for the most will become the race and the gender and the age and the class of this NPC that will that will definitely show up later on in the campaign, either this one or the next one. So you guys can look forward to that. So it should be really exciting for us to kind of make a character together. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. If you guys don't know who I am Daniel Kim, the Dungeon Master. I don't know about extraordinaire, but just the Dungeon Master of Stop, Drop, and Roll, and I'm so excited that you guys are here this morning with us. Yeah, cool. Without any further ado, let's just go in and get into it. No intro today, by the way. We're just chilling. Mason, I see you in chat. What's up, buddy? Great to see you as always. Yeah. So my week has been pretty good. Mostly been chilling out. I'm sorry that we've been off for so long, y'all. I think there's been, as like, you know, the whole world is getting back on its feet. People are getting busier, getting jobs, doing all that stuff. So our group is no exception. People have been getting busier, needing to do jobs. A couple of our friends are in shows right now, which is awesome, and we're so excited for that. But it also has meant that sometimes we can't stream on Saturdays. So our first big announcement that we actually have today is that we will probably not be streaming every single week. We'll try to keep doing that with the main campaign, but more often than not, it might turn into like every week / bi-weekly. Part of the reason is because people are getting busier, and I want to make sure that we have our entire group here when we do play. So we might have the main campaign every other week or so. We'll try to keep it weekly, but just so you guys know in the future to keep it in your heads, it won't be so regular as every week. But in the interim, we will have other campaigns probably coming in the middle. So other people will be able to DM little one-shots or little tiny things. Or if I have a crazy idea, I might DM a one-shot for 1 week in between our Grim Troop weeks. So that should be really fun. That should be really exciting. And for those of you guys who are like being like, what's the schedule, Daniel? Like, what is going on? I've been wanting to watch it. You can watch all of our previous episodes and anything that you've missed up until this point on our YouTube channel. So you guys want to check out that? Our YouTube channel is right there in like it's over here in our little description down there. You guys can check that out on YouTube, and then everything is there, from our one shot that Gavin ran, that little 3-episode one shot, to all the Grim Troop stuff, to our Stop, Talk, and Roll stuff. There's a bunch of stuff there, a lot of good stuff if you guys need like things to put on the background during study or during your homework, whatever it is. Go ahead and go there. Mason, yeah, I've been stressed about homework, but my professor is a freaking hero and is being super lenient. Let's go, dude. On your due dates? That's great, man. I've heard it's like finals week for you pretty soon, right? So, yeah, man. I hope it ends up being okay. Don't be too stressed, dude. Your professor seems to be awesome, so you can get it, dude. You can get it. I understand. I've been through college. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. You can get through it. I promise. But yeah, so that's kind of the general gist of the announcements. So yeah, but don't be bummed. We'll still be here. We will still be streaming. We'll still be doing the game. I love the game. And then also, full transparency, this is something that me and my friends talked about, but I was getting like a little bit burnt out creatively as a DM, and it was kind of affecting my mental health because I was worrying about it a lot. So I wanted to make sure that I was healthy and enjoying the game for you guys, and then also for my players. So that's just kind of me being super honest about kind of where I'm at with all this. But I like still love DMing. I still love doing the game, and I still love having the stream for you guys to be able to just like sit in and watch our game. Because I don't know if we're doing anything particularly good here. I just think that, like, you know, I think our story's okay, and our friends are really fun, and they're amazing. So, you know, for you guys to keep sitting in and wanting to watch it, like, it means a lot, and we hope that you enjoy it and like what you see. That's it. It's just like a little window for you guys to just sit in at our table. So I hope you guys have been liking it. You know. Yeah, Mason, it's been pretty stressful. Assignments about file signatures and network penetration testing. Is it just a bunch of coding, dude? Because I don't know much about like coding security or anything like that. I'm not well versed in that at all. Even though I'm technically teaching kids like very very basic level of coding, but I don't know much. I only know the basics to be able to teach kids to get their little Lego robots to move, and that's about it. Ethical hacking. Huh. Interesting. You know, I didn't think that we'd have to like unpack an oxymoron this early into the morning, but I'm guess I'm down. Do you think there's any hacking that's like ethical, Mason? Is that like, what do you think? Chat, what do you think? Do you think hacking is ethical? Is there an ethical form of hacking, or is all hacking invasive and therefore non-ethical? What do you guys think? Big philosophical questions this morning. I'm probably on the end that yeah, I think there's ethical hacking. I would agree. I think like what, certain groups are doing to do, anti-corporate, some anti-government, like hacking seems pretty dope. Shh, don't tell them, or else I'll get people. FBI will like burst down my door and you'll hear Breakbot playing in the background. So working with the company to find vulnerabilities in networks. Yes. Okay. Got you. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've actually heard there's like a bunch of former like bank robbers or like hackers who once worked against the system and now work for it. For example, like I know in the US government they employ a lot of hackers who have like breached. They're known as white hat hackers. White hat. Interesting. Why white hat? Is that like a cowboy term? Like I think is that a cowboy term, like a Western? Because black hat is like a bad guy and a white hat is a good guy? Whoa, that's super crazy. Interesting. But anyways, yeah. So I have heard of that. I don't know if that's ethical though. I feel like ethical is like, it's like a big term to put on it, Maybe like useful for the system, but I don't know if that equates the same thing as ethical. But anyways, those are big conversation topics that I don't know if I'm qualified to get into. I just mostly have my opinions. Yeah, Mason, I don't know, maybe we could check the etymology on that, but I think it is. I think it's probably like white hat hackers comes from old westerns in which the good guys would wear white hats or lighter colored hats, and then the bad guys, so you always knew who the bad guys were, would wear black hats. Like if you see Westworld, for example, the main character or one of the main characters wears a white hat, and then one of the bad guys wears a black hat. So I don't think that's a spoiler. I think that's pretty obvious. Anyways, cool. Very interesting. All right, we're at 10:11 right now. How many people? We have 2 people in chat. Okay. Yeah. You guys want to start doing the NPC build? If you guys want to, we can. Totally up to you. I'll listen and chat here. If I get at least like one person who's like, yeah, let's do the NPC build, then we'll do that. If not, we can just keep chilling out and hanging out here. You guys can get to know me. I'm correct. Oh, I'm a genius. Let's go. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know the term white hat, but I am incredible. Let's go, dude. You ever just like discover that you're the smartest man in the world? Anyways, good morning, everybody. Man, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad that I got it correct. That's cool. Man, the like weird back of the brain trivia knowledge that I have. One of these days we should definitely do like a Western style, like D&D game, like a cowboy game. That'd be really fun. I need to do my research because I haven't watched very many Westerns, but I'd be super down. Yeah, chat, you guys, what's up, Agent K? Good to see you. Yeah, you guys want to do, let's do this NPC build, yeah? We'll start with the first option. It seems like it'll be just the 2 of you. Cool, so we got a bunch of different options here. So, basically, I thought it'd be a fun idea to basically build this NPC with you guys, so you guys feel like you have, like, some ownership, or you're like, oh, that, like, NPC is in the campaign. I'm kind of gonna figure out where they go in the campaign. I think they're gonna be in the port town, that Grim Troop might come into at some point in the next like month or so. We'll see what happens. They might all die in hell. I don't know, but that's the idea. So I have a bunch of lists of different things here, a list of different races and backgrounds and other things. So it'll be a fun kind of like deep dive to see what kind of character we make today, and it'll be a good exercise for me to kind of improv and go off of you guys. So we'll go ahead and start. Let me go ahead and get a poll in here. Let's make a new poll. We're gonna build our NPC, so we're gonna figure out our NPC's races, and I'll go ahead and explain all of these so that you guys aren't like lost or anything. You guys know exactly what's going on. But I have a couple of these all kind of pre-chosen of things that I think would be in the city and things that'd be interesting to run into. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we're gonna have for about the next 3 minutes or so, our NPC's race. All right. So the first thing we're gonna be voting on is the race of this creature. So races are kind of like species in D&D. Poll should be going now. And so the different options we have here are human, sea elf, minotaur, tiefling, and changeling. And just kind of a rundown of all of those. A human is just like us, just like flesh and blood, human person. Very, very normal. Sea elf is a certain type of elf that actually like grew up somewhat like as amphibiously, both on land and in the water. And so they have like, some of them will have gills or like little fish-like features on this elf. There's a minotaur. A minotaur, you guys know what that is. Think like Theseus in the Labyrinth, right? It's a big horned, half bull, half human person. A tiefling is going to be, has some sort of demonic or devilish blood in their ancestry. So tieflings might be red or blue. They might like look slightly like devilish. Think like, I'm thinking of, Good Omens, the devilish character, kind of like that, but like imagine a little bit more devilish. They might have hooves if they're particularly devilish, or they might have regular feet, horns more often than not, and weird colored skin, blue, purple, red, white. Not that white is weird. And then the last option that we have is changeling. Changelings are super cool. Changelings are these creatures that can basically are shapeshifters. They can shift their appearance to look like other humanoids. So they can shift to look like a human or a elf or a minotaur, basically whatever kind of suits their needs. So changelings can be particularly good at like subterfuge, and they're really interesting races. They're kind of like a race that embodies everything and then also at the same time doesn't have a space for itself. So it's a very good, I feel like changelings are very good analogies for people who like, are of one race but were like raised in another country, like myself, like a Korean in America. You feel like you're kind of in between two different races. Anyways, so so go ahead and vote on that. We have I think about another 2 minutes or so. Looks like right now we are in between minotaur and changeling. So whoever our third viewer is, I think you might be our tiebreaker if one of those is more interesting to you. I'd be super down for either of these. Super down for either. Why did I make it so hard, Mason? It's because I wanted good options, man. And also I wanted fun options in our NPC. I didn't want like standard like, oh, elf, dwarf, and human. I didn't want it to be like, super basic Tolkien-esque. I wanted some fun stuff, Let's make some fun stuff, All right, let's see. Yeah, we're still 50-50 with the changeling and the minotaur. If we aren't able to get it, I'll have to flip a coin between the two of those to see which one our NPC is. So, you guys have about okay. All right, so our poll just ended and we're still 50-50. Ooh, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna have to flip a coin, y'all. I'm gonna have to flip a coin. All right, so coin flipper. I feel like this might happen a lot. So why don't we go ahead and do what, chat? Should we say that minotaur is heads and the changeling is tails? Minotaur heads, changeling tails. Okay, I'm gonna flip the coin. Right, ready? Minotaur heads, changeling tails. Okay. All right. It looks like we have. No, I don't have. Wait, do I have my D20 with me? I don't think I do, unfortunately. Oh wait, no, I do. I'm kidding. I'm lying. I have my D20s. I have my huge bag of different things. Let me see if I have an extra D20 in here. I must have it. This is my dice bag, by the way. My huge black dice bag. My big black dice bag. Oh, okay, I found it. All right. Odds and evens. Okay. So minnow even, changeling odd. Minnow even. So minotaur even, changeling odd. You ready? So that is a 13. It's a 13. So we're heavy changeling. So our NPC is a changeling. Okay, really interesting. Okay, so we have a shapeshifter on our hands. We have a shapeshifter NPC who can become any race. All right. Wow. Okay, I'm really interested in that. All right, so the next thing that we'll go for is we'll go ahead and go for their background. So this is like kind of going to inform their backstory, what kind of person they are or were. Okay, this should be fun. So we're gonna go ahead and do this poll. So this is our background for our NPC changeling. So let's go ahead and do a new poll. We're gonna do our changelings background. Okay, and I'll also, just like before, I'll go ahead and do our rundown. Also, while I'm in the middle of, making all these polls, if you guys have any questions for me about the campaign or about my DMing process or just about me, feel free to drop those in the chat and I would love to answer. But if not, that is okay. I will also just spitball until the end of time and that is completely fine by me. Okay. All right. So this is going to be another, let's increase this one to 5 minutes just in case. I want to see if other people end up dropping in. Just wanted to hang out with us. So we're gonna start this poll. This is our changelings background. So for the rundown for you guys, the different backgrounds that I've selected are folk hero, haunted one, outlander, sage, and criminal/spy. So a folk hero is someone like a hero from a small town. Maybe they're a person who stopped a local bandit incursion, or someone who helped to stop a serial killer, whatever. They're known in a small region of town, so they're known in that area or in this area that they occupy as a particularly heroic figure. There's the haunted one. Haunted one backgrounds are often they have this very traumatic past that informs their present. Maybe they encountered an otherworldly being that somehow left them alive. Maybe all the tragic edgy backstories, their whole family was killed and they were spared or whatever. Or maybe they currently have a ghost or someone currently haunting them that actually literally haunts their everyday waking moment, stuff like that. Or they've been marked for death. So archetypes you can think of Guts from Berserk is a haunted one, things like that. Outlander is someone who actually isn't from the area, is someone who's kind of wandering the world. Think like a Ronin or a wandering gunslinger in Westerns. That would be an Outlander. It's someone who knows the wilds well and doesn't often take to the city very well. And then there's the sage. A sage is a person who just studies for most of their life. Think your traditional wizard, like Gandalf, who's stuck in a tower, actually Saruman would probably be a good sage, right? He's in his tower, constantly looking at things from a top-down perspective. But sages could also be court wizards or someone who is an advisor to a particularly powerful person, things like that. And the last one is criminal spy. That's pretty easy. They're part of the criminal underbelly. Either they're a crime lord or part of that criminal gang or guild. They can either be an individual or they can run with a pack. Totally. So we got 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and do it. You guys go ahead and vote on our changelings background. So just so you guys remember, our options are folk hero, haunted one, outlander, sage, criminal spy, which would be really, really fun. So our changeling. Okay, I'm starting to think. Our changeling from this port town. I'm starting to formulate this person in my mind. I'm excited. Oh man, I'm so excited that I did it. Yeah, I just posted it. What is Daniel? You mean my background or my race? I'm a celestial. Most days, and then other days I'm tiefling. My background? I don't know, dude. My background's probably acolyte. That's probably my background. Not gonna lie. I'm a good boy. Definitely not folk hero. Nobody knows who I am. Nobody cares. All right, y'all. We got about looks like about 4 minutes left that you guys can currently vote on the poll. So go ahead and drop that below, and we'll see what we get. We got a bunch of different ones. Maybe I should switch it down to 3 minutes, because we got a bunch of different like kind of things going on here. Well done. All right. Okay. Got some fun ones. The next one that we're going to vote on after this, by the way, after the background, is their occupation, where I've got a couple of jobs set in place. So that should be really fun. Yo, are we 100% criminal spy? Oh no, we're 100% Outlander right now. Oh, you're a criminal spy. I see you. So we're Outlander. I think we're good, actually, since there's only two people in the chat. I think Outlander might be our thing. So an Outlander changeling. Wow. Okay, a wandering Outlander changeling. Gosh, that's so interesting. Why are they in the city? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Huh. I'm super interested now in this. Oh, this is gonna be really, really interesting. So an Outlander changeling. Okay, my brain is starting to go like a Ronin or a Wanderer. Ooh. Okay. Okay. All right. Mason, you're not 100% criminal spy. That's completely not true. That's like one of the most false statements I've ever seen from you. It's completely not true. I think we're good. I think that since there's only 2 people, I think we're good to lock it down as Outlander. So we have Outlander now as our background. So that means we have a Ronin or gunslinging changeling who comes from the wilds and is not used to the city, and is definitely in the city for some reason. Man, okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. Yeah, okay, hey chat, why don't you help me out here? So we can choose the next things that we can do is you guys can either vote on their occupation, or you can vote on the dialect or accent that I have to do for this character. That's totally up to you. Which one would you guys rather vote for first? The accent or dialect, or the occupation? I am gonna go with the first thing that I see in chat, because there's, I think, only like a couple of us here. So, oh man, this is such a vibe. I'm loving this music. Yo, hello, Sweet. How's it going, my friend? It is a cat jam. Oh, you want to go for class? Well, class is actually different than occupation, but we can do class. Sure, we'll do class, and then we'll do occupation after that. So, let's go for the class of our little NPC friend. We actually don't even know their gender yet. All right. No, let's do it. Let's do it. You want a class? Let's do class. Okay, so the classes that I have on hand. So we're gonna end this poll. Definitely Outlander, 100%. We love to hear it. Manage poll, new poll. Okay, so let's do. All right, so this is gonna be our person's class. So just so y'all know, this is like, you know, like any D&D character, they gotta have a class. They gotta be something, you know. They gotta have some sort of ability or whatnot. So this is gonna be our changeling Outlanders class. It'd be really interesting. All right, so the classes that I have down below, we'll do this for 3 minutes. We'll shorten it up. All right, so our classes are Warlock, Bard, Rogue, Sorcerer, and Ranger. Those are our different options. So Warlock, they're like Poe, right, in the game. They've made a pact with some sort of otherworldly being. Doesn't have to be evil, but sometimes is. Bard, they sing a lot to be able to do what they do. Or they don't have to sing. They can be incredibly eloquent, or they can be really excellent at like certain types of subterfuge that are mostly charisma based, and they can cast spells. Rogues, you know, your traditional stabby stab or shoot from the shadows. Sorcerer would be someone whose magic, instead of like learning about it, wizards, it's like someone whose magic just kind of comes out of them. I'll figure out the subclass on my terms. And then Ranger is, I think, like Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. This is a person who often spends their time in the wilds, kind of exploring different regions, and they're what you traditionally think of when you have like a beast companion and a bow and arrow, but it doesn't always have to be that. They can have swords. Yeah, Rangers are interesting. They have limited spellcasting ability, but they're often associated with surviving in the wilds. So yeah, those are our options for classes. Go ahead and drop what y'all want. Currently, nobody's voted yet, so we'll have to see. We have some good options here. I think any of these would suit our changeling person, which I'm excited for. All right. Oh, we have Bard. Okay, we have Bard 100% right now. Anybody else? You guys just want me to see a Bard. Oh, we have a Bard and a Sorcerer vote. Interesting. A bard and a sorcerer or a bard changeling. So this is going to be one charismatic changeling. So an outlander, bard, or sorcerer changeling. Gosh, wow. Okay, this character's so interesting. Like they're just like a wandering, like, oh man, I can imagine like Jaskier if they're a bard, like from The Witcher, a wandering bard who kind of goes around collecting stories. Interesting. Okay, that would work. I like that. I'm starting to get an idea. They kind of like go around and collecting stories from different people. Oh, that's super interesting. All right, we have about like 30 seconds left if anyone wants to add a last minute vote, kind of break the tie. I know, Mason, it is a hard one, dude. It is a hard one. This is actually not at all the class that I thought you guys would vote. I thought you guys would vote like Ranger, actually, or Warlock. But this is super interesting. I love it. I love it. All right, we got like 10 seconds left on the vote. Any last votes? Any last votes? And that's it. Bard and Sorcerer. So we got a tie again. So I'm gonna have to roll on the d20 for y'all. Okay, I'm gonna make Sorcerer odd, and I'll make Bard odd and Sorcerer even. Bard odd, Sorcerer even. We have a 15, so that's a Bard. We have a Bard. We have a Bard, Changeling, Outlander. Oh man, I love this idea actually. I'm starting to love this idea. Okay, Bard, Sorcerer. Oh, sorry, Bard, Outlander, Changeling. Okay. Oh, super interesting. Okay, I have to like throw my occupation stuff out the window. I'll spitball with you guys maybe. Okay, then why don't we go and jump over to... Okay, man, my brain is going. I'm really excited about this idea. I love it. Let's do accent and dialect. Let's figure out what dialect do you guys want me to do? What voice do you guys want me to give this person? So we're gonna do accent or dialect for this person, this changeling. Our options here are a Texan Southern. We have a Texan Southern. We have a Korean. We have a New Zealander. We have Spanish. And then we have French. Et oui, oui. So those are our options. It's for whatever one. Or if you guys throw in an alternate one in chat, I will also allow that. If you guys want to see me, I don't know, do gosh, I don't know, an Australian, or I've done enough Cockney in the game. I feel like we need more accents represented in here. Just I don't know. I prefer if you guys weren't please do an Ethiopian accent. I'd be like, I don't know if I can do that well. I don't know about that one. Yeah, this is our accent and dialect for our character. This should be fun. We have a New Zealander. All right. So we have a New Zealander. We've a hello. My name is I'm figuring out my name. I'm a changeling Outlander. I'm a bard. I sing on the regular. Yeah, mate. That's cool. I have all these pamphlets. Just do a Patrick Warburton. I do not know how to do Patrick Warburton. That's also not a dialect. That is an idiolect, my friend. But I love the idea. New Zealander. We have 100% on the New Zealand, yeah? Alright, we have 100% of the New Zealander. Alright, I'm gonna have to brush up on that. Hello there, mate. You over here from the mainland? Yeah, I'm just from the port city. I've been here for a long time. I'm taking different forms. Some days I'm a human, other days I'm a tiefling. Yeah, it's a bit strange, but not bad. You want to hear me sing a little ditty? I can sing a little ditty for you. All right, we can. We'll practice with that. That's gonna be fun. Okay, that's gonna be fun. So we have a New Zealand accented bard, changeling outlander. Man, this person is getting more interesting and more interesting by the moment. All right, so our last two options to actually officially vote on are our age and gender. So we're going to start with gender, and then we'll finish off with age. We're gonna end the poll on New Zealand accent because I think that's awesome. I love that. Y'all are great. Y'all are great. This person is coming together real fast. All right, so we're gonna start out with our gender. So this person can be male, female, or non-binary. Some equivalent of non-binary. Which should be very, very fun. We've already had quite a few representations of all such peoples in our game, which is really exciting. Fen is non-binary themselves. This would be really a changeling would be interesting, man. Any of these would be interesting for a changeling because, you know, a changeling can be anyone. It doesn't matter what their sex is, right? They can be any gender expression because a changeling can, you know, become a, you know, like can look like a man, can look like a woman, can look like anyone, and it's mostly about like how they perceive themselves. So any of these would be super interesting in a changeling. It's a great exploration of gender expression. So I'd be super down for any of these. All right, we have right now we have 100% for non-binary. 100% for non-binary. Yo. Sorry, excuse me, what? You could do Tamura Morrison singing the Mandalorian blues in his boba outfit. That is very interesting. And they have like a lute on their person, like they just have a guitar that they start whipping out, or the little pan flute. All right, right now we're 100% on non-binary, and I'm liking that idea a lot. A very gender fluid, non-binary person. Interesting. Although I think gender fluid and non-binary are technically separate categories. Oh, I should have added that. Well, regardless, look up the clip. Interesting. I have not seen that clip. Hold up, let me check it out. Tamura Morrison, Mandalorian blues. What is this? Hold on.
My main personal mission.
With Rodriguez, yeah. Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Yeah, we got the Mandalorian blues happening.
That's really good. That's really good. The audio is super scuffed, but that's so good. I like that a lot. Oh, that's really, really fun. Oh, man. Okay, so we're currently 50-50 on female and non-binary. That is our current poll. 50-50 on female non-binary. Oh, I'd be interested on either of these. Very interesting. Tamura Morrison. Unfortunately, Tamura Morrison is a man. And am I Temuera? Am I saying that right? I might be not saying it completely wrong. I'm sorry. But I just looked at the clip. It looks like we're gonna have a female or non-binary changeling, which I'm excited for. All right, mate. What do we have in? Hello there. My name is Cook. I'm a Kiwi. All right. Tamura Morrison. Temuera. I'm singing the Mandalorian blues in my boba outfit. Okay. So, all right, we are tied again. We are tied again with female and non-binary. So, we'll go ahead and put female on odds and non-binary on evens. Here we go. That is a 8 on the die. So that is going to be non-binary. It's non-binary. Yeah. 100%. So we have a non-binary changeling outlander bard who is from New Zealand, who's a Kiwi. All right. So yep, we did go non-binary. It ended up happening. The dice gods said yes, so I'm actually pretty stoked about that. Cool. And then our last category that we'll vote on. After this, we'll just do some spitballing together to like create this character's idea, identity, physical characteristics, stuff like that. That's just stuff that you guys have ideas for that we can just spitball back and forth, and I'll pick those that speak to me. But yeah, our last one will be age. So we'll figure out how old is this non-binary changeling person. They're changelings. Oh man, what is their age actually? I don't know how their age kind of shows up, but it's kind of it'd be kind of interesting because they can just shapeshift into a child, but they would have certain, mannerisms, I'm sure, that would come out depending on their age. So this is pretty easy. Child, young adult, middle age, elderly. I'm not going to define those exact age ranges because, if anybody here is really old in chat, they're going to get mad at me when I tell them that 29 is actually old age. So yeah, we're gonna stay away from that hot potato, but I will determine this. So this is our age category. If you guys need me to explain these, clearly you've never been around other humans before, and I lament that for you. Although, honestly, with 2020, it makes sense. You might have never been around people, ever. You might have been born under a rock, for all I know. That's okay. We accept you here. We're glad you're here and watching our Twitch stream. Don't know how you made it here, being, maybe 6 months old, but we're glad you're here regardless. And we have a lot of inappropriate things. I'm sorry for all the foul language that I said in the past game. I'm sorry for influencing you in that way, but I hope you develop into a good person. Excited for it. All right, so our age range. We have child, young adult, middle age, and elderly. Go ahead and vote. Man, this person is coming together like so fiercely. Gosh, man, this is really exciting. Oh man, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier with y'all. This is so fun. I love this. Also, I love that Mason and Agent K, like you two are the ones who are like basically creating this this character all by yourselves. So when it comes up, you two will be like, yo, a changeling child bard? Really? You want it to be a child? Oh, I put in so many children in this game. Oh man. Do you know how many children I put in this game? Freaking Snow is a child, and Sejong was sort of a child / young adult. Oh god. That would be hilarious though if they're like 2 years old and they're like, hello there, I'm a bad. But it'd be that's just fucking Snow. Oh god. Oh, oh man. No, dude, vote whatever you want. Man. Old person would be hilarious. I'm so down for old person. I want to be an old person. Oh, how do you do New Zealander? Oh, you're New Zealander. Oh, even you wanna come inside my shop? That's terrible. That's awful. God, I'm gonna have to practice that for a long time. It'd be really funny though. It'd be so funny. God, just like a smoking elderly person. I don't mean smoking hot. I mean like they physically smoke and they ruin their lungs. But they could be smoking hot. I mean, I don't want to discriminate against any elderly people who are smoking hot. Good for you. I'm glad that you've taken care of yourself for all these years. That's incredibly good genetics, and I'm, grateful for you. I hope to age as gracefully as you do. Okay. We have a 50-50 between young adult and elderly. All right. I'm into it. Okay. You like making smoking hot elderly people, Mason? All right. Well, Oh, you like smoking hot elderly people. I didn't know that you were into people who were older than you, but that's great, Stacy's mom's got it going on and all that. So let's go ahead and vote. So young adult will be our odds, and then elderly will be our evens, and we're gonna go and roll for it, all right? Wish me luck. We'll see what happens. So it's an even. So it's an elderly. We have an elderly changeling. We have an elderly non-binary. Oh my god. Oh, yes. Oh, the idea is coming in so strong. We have like an elderly queen of a bard who is non-binary and New Zealander, and is an outlander who just kind of wanders all over the place, and they're just kind of done with life. Like they've done the the game, and now they're just wandering. Wow. This is a very expressive and interesting character. This is gonna be so interesting for me to play. I'm loving it. I think we need more elderly people in our games, honestly. I think that's one of the more underrepresented group in our game is the elderly. So I'm excited for a different kind of elderly person, an elderly person who just speaks their mind and is like, you know, like those grandmas, right? Who like do not care anymore what people think. They're like, hey, I'm gonna die, so like you better do this or else I'm just gonna die, okay? You know, those kind of people. They just say whatever the hell they want, and it's often very problematic and often very funny. All right, y'all. So here's where we spitball. We have a changeling, outlander, bard with a New Zealand accent who is non-binary and very old, possibly geriatric. Man, this is great. So let's go into spitball. What kind of physical characteristics does this non-binary changeling have that you guys think would be fun? Is there anything that about them that's unique in their appearance, or maybe something that they do? Maybe they like, you know, have a pipe, or, you know, they have a scar somewhere that's pretty prominent, or what kind of instrument do they play if they're a bard? Feel free to come up with what y'all want, what you think would be fun for this elderly geriatric changeling. Oh my gosh, what if this is like a catfisher? Like a changeling who turns into like young hot people. That's super weird. Anyways, just an idea. I'm gonna throw that idea out the window immediately, but that's, you know, a possible idea. God, that'd be terrifying. That'd be terrifying if Poe starts flirting with this old changeling, and then like they go back to changeling form and they're all like wrinkled and old, and he's like, ugh. Oh boy. Oh god. With like, and they have like liver spots everywhere. Oh man. I know. It's a very funny idea. Really? Okay, so we want an old changeling catfisher from the Outlands? Old changeling catfisher from the Outlands, huh? That's really what we want? Okay. Oh god. Oh man. We'll keep it in mind. We'll keep it in mind. It would be hilarious. Oh man, that's so weird though. It's so weird. Oh god. Okay, man, chat, you guys are weird. You guys are strange people. All right. Okay, what else? Let's go ahead and shoot some physical characteristics in chat. Do they have all their limbs? Do they have person out of time kind of a look? You mean like what do you mean by that? Like they're dressing in a period fashion that's like not that's not like suitable for the time. Like there's someone who's wearing like Renaissance fair wear in like the middle of the 21st century, kind of like that. Or like Steve Rogers. Okay, interesting. What would out of time look be for like a slightly medieval society? For like a bard. Are they in like a toga? Like a Greek or Roman toga? Oh no, that's weird. No, they would have to wear something from the Zamhan Empire. What year is it? What year is it? I can't tell. What year is it? What year is it? I'm too freaking old. I don't know what the hell is going on. Time traveling Outlander Bard. Whoo. Okay. Time traveling changeling Outlander Bard, huh? That would make sense for Outlander. Like why they don't understand things. Like they're like, where am I? What continent is it? What is going on? Oh man, that's super interesting. That is super interesting. Okay. Yes. Yes. Not allowed to tell anyone except through story and song. Not allowed to tell anyone. Came from the future. Oh, God. Okay, yeah. Future time travel. God, I don't know how I feel about future time travel. I'm okay with past time travel. Future time travel, I don't know how I feel about it, just because it's like slightly deterministic, and I want to make sure that my players they get a say in the future. I don't want to tell them like what exactly happens. Then it feels like, they don't know. But I don't know. Yeezys and Rolexes, huh? Yeah, you guys know the theme of my game. It's all just ridiculous, not grounded at all. Came from the future, not allowed to tell anyone what happens except through story and song. Well, I'm okay with it being from another continent if it's from the future. Gosh. Is this because you're thinking of Loki? Is this why this is coming out? Like Loki, you're thinking of the Loki show? Very interesting. TVA Outlander Bard. Time traveling changeling Outlander Bard. Don't tell anyone. And no one believes they're a madman. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know how to. All right, I'll keep thinking about it. We'll get into that. I like the time traveler. We might not do future. We might do past. We might do past to the future. Because that supports more out of time. And to be perfectly honest, I really hate time travel as a storytelling device. I hate it. It's so convoluted. It makes everything so much harder to tell storytelling wise, and it makes everything very needlessly complicated. So personally, I actually hate time travel as a storyteller. But I'm down for it if it's in the past, because that's events that, would lead into the future, can be really quirky and funny, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So, but if they're a person who's like from the past, booped around to different futures and stuff, totally cool with that. Yeah, it just often makes things so friggin' convoluted. It makes a story about time traveling instead of about characters. Yeah, exactly. Relic of the Past works better. I like that. That's why Steve Rogers works for me. That's why, to get into it, like, Steve Rogers works for me. Cable doesn't. Does that make sense? I like Cable as a character. I do. But I like Cable for all the time travel reasons. Right? But Steve, being a man out of time, I really like. Because he's a man from the past being thrown into a world that no longer needs him or sees the world the way he does. And I really like that. So let's do that. We'll do Relic of the Past time traveler. I'm A-okay with that. Let's do that. So Relic of the Past. But even then, people just don't believe him. I like that. People just don't believe them, actually, because it's a non-binary. People don't believe them. They're non-binary. Cool. I like that. Cool. So they're wearing clothes from the past. All right, that'll be fun for me to design in my head from the past. Okay. All right. Cool. I like that. All right. I'm trying to think. Anything else, chat? Anything else? I love this idea, by the way. Agent K, you're spitballing, and it is fun. It is. I like it very much. Any ideas on what they want their preferred form to be? Or do they just kind of like enjoy being their changeling selves, so they look kind of weird and alien anyways? I don't know. All right. I mean, I do think we have a lot going on here, like a lot of good stuff here. Yeah, we might be okay. I might be down to just have this one rocking it this way. I like it. Didgeridoo. That is the best thing you've said all day. Their instrument is a didgeridoo. And they're from New Zealand. Oh, I love it. Didgeridoo. That's so good. That's so good. We have a didgeridoo playing time traveler who everyone thinks they're crazy, and they can switch different forms. They just have a giant friggin' didgeridoo on their back. They pull it out. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. I love it. Right. I'm a relic of the past. I'm an 8 time. Itlander bad. Oh man, I'm gonna have to work on this one. I need to like age it up a little bit. I'm wearing clothes from the past. I'm a didgeridoo playing, time traveling, changeling bad. Hey, Marita. I'm trying some of these voices out, and I'm not sure. I'll workshop it on my own. It'll be fun. Man, gosh, y'all made some fun ideas, some very fun ideas, and I'm enjoying it quite greatly. So, our final NPC, we have a changeling, outlander bard who's out of time, a relic of the past, who is has a New Zealander accent, is non-binary, is quite elderly, and plays a didgeridoo. Man, this is a very vivid NPC character, and I cannot wait for this person to show up. I've already got some ideas of where they might be in this world, and it is changing my mind. I don't know if they're going to show up at the port town. They will be showing up, though, either this campaign or next campaign. And they will be, hopefully, a fun recurring character that you guys can see. It depends on how much the party loves them. But y'all will definitely see this person. I will do the honors of naming this person, so that way you guys kind of have to look for these qualities when you guys are on stream. But a didgeridoo will be pretty hard to miss. Love it. Awesome. So I think that'll finish the NPC building part of our chat. That's our final NPC. I'm loving it. Feels great. Okay. Cool. Y'all have been great. I'm so excited. So let's gosh, we'll just go and chill out for the remainder of the stream. I hang out for another 10-15 minutes or so. Chat, how you doing? How's your Saturday going? Any fun plans? Anything that y'all are doing? I myself, I just got this, and then I think I'm chauffeuring my brother up to some of his friends. I don't know, might play some video games after that. It's a pretty chill day. I think unless somebody hits me up for some plans, which I'm super down for, but I think I'm having a pretty chill afternoon myself. Watching in 160p because you're downloading. Oh, you're downloading Overwatch. No way, friend. I have Overwatch. So if you ever want to play, I'm down. I'm terrible. I'm so bad right now. I'm so awful. But it is a fun game. I'm enjoying it. I don't know if I enjoy it as much as I enjoy League, which is terrible. Yeah, I've outed myself as a League player. I'm sorry. I promise I'm a sweet boy. I'm not mean there. I'm very nice. But yeah, that's fun. I think I'm like level maybe 12 in Overwatch. I'm super low level. I'm terrible at the game, but it's good. I'm totally chill with it. Cool, man. Well, if you want to play Overwatch tonight, let me know, Mason. I'm pretty down. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Besides that, gosh, I'm trying to think if I'm doing anything. Yeah, a noticeable lack of. Imagine playing League. Says you, Mason. Says you. Yeah, I think I've got a noticeable lack of League today, which is League of D&D this week, which is kind of funny, but it's good. I'm actually part of a separate campaign. I'm a player in another game that our friend on the channel, Jared the DM, does, and we just finished up our final epilogue for one of our campaigns, and then we did we started up our second campaign a couple weeks ago. So it was actually really, really fun, really lovely, because there was this. For those of you guys who watch Critical Role, we have a character in our friend group that was very similar to Vax. Very similar to Vax. And, yeah, his story was kind of serendipitously, very similar. I say serendipitously because I don't fully believe that it was serendipitous, but regardless, he was similar to Vax, and his whole thing was like he's about to like die. He was gonna get claimed by the Raven Queen and not have a future, and he has like a wife and a family. It's pretty rough. But anyways, my character, who was hated by this Vax analog character, is a bard. Is a 20th level bard, and was able to wish that this Vax analog character would not actually end up being claimed by the Raven Queen, but rather that the Raven Queen wouldn't be able to find him and his family until their natural deaths. Which is awesome and super, super fun. I basically had them do basically gave him like the invisibility cloak from Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, where death could not find him until he reached old age. And that's the idea that I wanted to put out there as kind of like a fitting and poetic end for that death comes when death comes, and there's no need to rush it, And it also allowed for somewhat of a happy ending for that character and his family, so I'm pretty stoked. It was insane, dude. Mason, watching your face go through the emotions when we were at the table together was so good. You were popping off silently, and I was very, very happy to see it. 3 years ago, when you were playing 6 games at once, playing multiple times per day sometimes. Dude, that's like, I'm gonna be real, that's fun, but that's too much. That's too much. The amount of like emotional investment and time that takes, like I could not do that. I can at max run like a game and a one shot and like be in a campaign in 1 week. And that's so much time. So much time. I prefer to be in like, one game that I'm playing, one game that I'm DMing, and that's like, a solid little balanced line, I think, for me. Anything more than that is a little bit too crazy. Yeah, it seems like it was too much. Plus, like, plus sometimes there's like inter-party conflict and stuff, and that's always rough. You multiply the chances of that happening by like 6 when you're in 6 games, So, anyways, that's super fun though. It's super cool. Gosh, that was a fun day. Yeah, anyways, so since we're kind of nearing the end of stream, I just wanted to, for everybody's here, just kind of reiterate what's going on, just for our announcements. Just so y'all know, we probably won't be streaming the main campaign as regularly. We're probably going to be aiming for a bi-weekly schedule. This is mostly for my mental health, but is also for just kind of the availability of the party members. So I'm sorry that we haven't had, the Grim Troop game in like 2 weeks, and I apologize. I really want to get back to the Abyss and the stories that we have there, because there are some really interesting things being kind of sewed there in terms of Poe's story and a couple other people's stories as well. So but yeah, like, we're gonna be keeping going strong though. There definitely will be streams. We'll be doing it hopefully every other week, maybe every week. It'll be kind of like that kind of irregular schedule. So if you guys want to make sure you're caught up on that, or if you guys don't are kind of afraid that you'll miss it when it's live, go ahead and just join our YouTube channel. Subscribe, and tell your friends to subscribe if you guys have been enjoying the show. We'd love to have more people coming in and joining our community. And if you do that, then you guys can catch everything there. Everything is always uploaded there afterwards, so that you can catch it at your own pace whenever you need to listen to it in the car, whatever. So yeah, thanks so much for being on this journey with us. We love you guys, and we hope that you guys are enjoying this crazy story that we've been inventing on the way. I've been having a lot of fun, and we're just kind of taking steps to make sure that our mental health and our health as people before we're players and DMs is good for us to be able to do this for years and weeks, months, years to come. That's hopefully the idea, that we have longevity in this, because I'd love to keep on doing this for next however many years or so. It'd be good. Yeah, I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it. Thanks so much for staying here, sticking around, building the NPC with me. I hope it was fun for you guys, and I can't wait to see this changeling, non-binary didgeridoo playing New Zealand accent having elderly person show up in our game. It'll be really good. Yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Hey, make sure to love each other. Make sure to go through and like just kind of not just spread love as like an idea, but to be kind to one another, to give space for one another, grace to one another, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and we're on the one like crazy long track story that is life. So take care of each other out there. We love you guys. Thanks so much for being a part of our community, and we will see you all very soon, hopefully.